when you load the gambling program, it looks like this. So you notice here you have search 1 and search 2. Okay, search 1 is based strictly on the fifth house, because that's supposed to be the gambling house. So it finds any nice relationship with ruler of the fifth house, planets in the fifth house, and to the ascendant and all that. Two, it has, we use only the second house. So, you can fool around. I like the first one better because I think it's the first house is better. So now you want to load a chart you're going to work with. So here I'm going to go out and I'm going to load mine, and as you can see here, yeah, it's my chart, so I'm going to load it. So I got my chart up there. All right. So now the thing you want to do is you want to find out the date and place you want to gamble, right? So here we're going to be working with let's say now, and we'll say July, but let's work with August instead, because July is almost done. So we'll look in August, and of course, where I go gamble here is Uckensville, and that's where the Mohegan Sun is, and so I'll set that up for the sun, the place. Oh, I gotta come up here first, and I'm gonna say Uckensville, Ville, and load that, and it's in Connecticut, and I'll say okay, and now it's there, so I know I'm in Uncasville, so I'm in the right place. So now I got my chart, I got the place I want to gamble, and so I'm pretty well set up to get going right now. So you notice here, there's a place here, best time for gambling. So in other words, if I go here, it's going to calculate the date that I have set up right here. So in other words, it's going to find the best time to gamble in August 25th. Okay, so let's say you say, I want to go gamble on the 10th. You can put the 10th, click the best time to gamble, and it's going to work with that. But usually the way I do it, all right, when I want to go gamble, unless that you got some friends coming over, you have no choice, which I do that a lot. I got a lot of astrologer coming from all over the world. Let's go gamble. So, we don't have much choice on the day. But if you have a choice, all right, you go into personal calendar. What that happens, it opens the personal calendar, and it's for August, right? And then you notice this little slideshow here, this little slide thing right here. I can put it right here. That usually is about like a normal orb distribution for the artificial intelligence. It's an artificial intelligence that will go up and find your chart with each day and find out the best day for you to gamble. All right, so we'll leave it right here for now in the middle, and I'm going to say calculate. All right, and it's going to calculate days, and you can see it tells you 100%, 85%, 61%. Well, let's see that this is 100%. Let's see that I don't have any dates. All right, now if I push it all the way up here, that means I'm really using tight orb. And you notice I'm going to have less dates. As a matter of fact, I got 2 dates. All right. Now let's see that you don't have any dates at all. Then you might want to push it all the way down. And that's the widest orb that we use to calculate the calendar. All right. So I'm going to push it at the maximum, the tighter orb, because I know I've got 2 dates. And I'm only want to go a couple of times there. This is the time I want to go on the 3rd. Let's remember that 3rd of the 3rd of August. All right, so I'm going to say I always calculate. I double click on it. It opens up this little window. I click on the windows and I say find the best time. All right, so it's going to go out and find the best time for that day for me to start gambling. It's usually where the highest is over here is where it's time to walk at the table or put the first coin in the machine and stuff like that, right? So I'm going to go up and I'm going to look at this, and you can see here, all right, this is the time in the sky to gamble, all right? This is like, an election, and sometimes you can see high here, and then you can see personal stuff here. As you can see, that's not bad in personal stuff. Now, when you see that it works into the time in the sky general, and then the personal stuff, that's the best time. Like here, we can go up here, that's fairly good, but then there's nothing here. Usually we find that if the time in the sky is good to gamble and then you're good with it, it's going to be better. So I'm saying here, I'm looking at this here and I'm saying, oh, whoa, a 608 is a time for me to start gambling right here, 603, 608 at that time. So I'm going to mark this down, 608. I mean, there's more than that, because I could go up there and I could say, well, if I want to go more into the morning, there's the morning, that's 608. Then I can go up here. You notice the time is right here on the upper left side, and this is men's a men. So I'm going to say about like 6 o'clock or so around the August 3rd, right? So I've got something to work with now. All right. If I want, I can look at the sky, because I can click on it hard, click your mouse and then click on the chart, and it shows me the chart, for that day. And here at the bottom, this is what's going on in the sky general. All right. And personal, you can see that the moon trines my Mercury, ruler of my ascendant, and what have you at that time. But all right, we're going to keep that in our head, and I'm going to send this down here, and I'm going to get out of the calendar, and right here, all right, I'm going to go back and I'm going to say the 3rd, right? Because that's what we said, and we said around 6 o'clock. I could even put it around 5:30, 05:30:00, and say okay. All right. So as you notice that when you look at 5:30, for me, there's not much. Now I'm going to do nearest to 10 minutes here. All right. And now you notice right here, you can vary the time, and I'm going to do it every 5 minutes. All right. Every 5 minutes, I'm going to advance it. So then I can click up on this little arrow, and I can click up. And as you can see here, whoop, all right, too far. And I'm going to go up here and a little less here. All right. So as you can see, I've got some good windows here. And as you can see, when you move up here, right at the beginning, right here, it tells me that, around like 5:55 would be the time I could start slowly, slowly, slowly. And as you get here, you can see this right here, that's 5:58, right? Oh, wow, this is stronger now. As the color it's darker, it's stronger. So I can go and advance it again. I'm stronger, stronger, and I can gamble all the way up to here, which is 6:10. And you notice that here, it's good in the sky. So that would be the first thing that I would walk to the table, and I would keep an eye, and I would say to myself, well, when I get over here, I'm going to, if I play blackjack, I'm going to really risk it. Here, I'm going to play normal. Here, I'm very, very strong. I'm going to risk it a little bit more. Now, I can go up and I can advance this 10 minutes at a time. And so I can advance it 10 minutes. Then I notice that here it's pale. I still can gamble 640, as long as it says, okay, I'm still lucky to gamble right here. All right. But it's not dark. But, as long as I use my head, I'm fine. And so I'm going to go up further and further and further. And there I got more time here, right here, as you can see right here to the 7 o'clock, all the way up to 6:54. And then up. Now I start getting to the red. I don't want to gamble then. Especially here, you gamble around that time, you'll lose your shirt. And then I can advance it 10 minutes. Whoop, I got another window coming up. Whoa, all right? So usually what I do is I take a break here. I go for coffee, have a beer, blah, blah, blah. And then I come up here, and if I'm playing the slot, I change to another machine. All right, if I wasn't lucky with the first one. So there I can move up here, and that's 7:23. So I can say, okay, I'll play this, and all the way up to here, and that's 7:33, 10 minutes. All right. And then I keep track of this. Up there's another window that's coming in. So I go up there and I mark all these windows down, and I have a little pad that I have, and I mark the pad down. Okay. So that's beautiful. Now, there's another thing that I do before I even walk to the machine or walk to the gambling, the blackjack table or the poker table, is that you have a thing here called lucky direction. And you want to know that, okay, right here, zap. So my lucky direction here, this is Jupiter and the moon and Venus. They're all in the fifth house, or the ruler of the fifth house. So they're all in the fifth house. So it tells me here that I have to turn 134 from east clockwise all the way. All right. So I'll be within the west now. So I walk to a machine that I'm facing that, or I walk to a table I'm able to face that direction. And the beautiful thing about it now is that on your phone, your smartphone, you can download a compass. All right. I used to walk around with a little compass, but and people would look at me very funny. And now I got it on my cell phone. So on my cell phone, I have this. All right. And so therefore, I put my cell phone. They think I'm talking on the phone. I turn around and say, "Oh, this is where I got to face. That's a machine, or there's a chair open exactly where I'm going to face this direction." And it works. All right. It works better because I can prove that. A friend of mine came up and he said, "Oh, I'm going to gamble. I'm going to go play blackjack." He played for a half hour. He didn't believe in astrology. Didn't make a penny. So finally I said, "Larry, listen to me. All right. Here's your direction. Here's the time you're going to walk to the table." So we're walking down to a blackjack. I said, "There's a chair open exactly facing your right thing." The guy walked there at the exact time. Take that chair. This is no lie. You can ask my wife, Carol. The guy made about it, but he's got, this guy has tons of money. So I don't know how much he was bidding, but he was bidding high. And he walked out there with $2,100 in about a half hour. All right, and he used this method, and he used the local direction. So again, yeah, okay. Now, remember here, the best time is that if I go here and I have to, somebody said, we're here, we got to go gamble tonight, it's a 17. Then what you do is that you set your calendar to 17, and then you find the best time here, and it's the same thing. Instead of finding what's the best day, I usually like to find the best day, because if the best day is working and the best time is working, of course I'm liable to make more money, right? So you can do it that way if you want to. So there it is. You come out with the same calendar. Then you can go back and use the same thing I have. Now, there's two ways to find. Usually, I use the calendar. There's another way which I call profile. So let's hit on profile here, and I'm going to say I'm going to do August 1st. Let's see, and T-Max, I'm going to go to the end of the month, right here, bang, August 31st. And I want to click on calculate, and it does this little jazz, and it comes out with this. Now, this tells me that I could use that for anything, not only for gambling. It just tells me that I got a good Mercury in my chart around this time. Here, I got a bad sun. The sun aspect is really bad. All right. Here, I got bad Saturn, bad Saturn, bad Saturn. And then you notice that here, it weighs them out, and this is not a good day because I got bad Saturn, bad Uranus on that day. And then I come up here again. I got bad Uranus, I got bad Saturn, and bad Mars. So these are the days that's going to be better. Now, remember, here we said the third, and we look at 1, 2, 3. The third doesn't look that good. All right. Although that on the third here, if I go up on the third, roughly around here, I got a good Mercury and I got a good Sun. Has nothing to do with my fifth house. See, while you do the calendar, it does only the fifth house. Now, if you believe in Jupiter, then you can go gamble under good Jupiter. All right, good Jupiter days. So as you can see, this is different than letting the computer pick the days, because when the computer picks the days, it goes through a whole artificial intelligence. It finds out when the ruler of the fifth house is strong, the ruler of your second house is strong, the ruler of the ascendant is strong, the ruler of planets in the fifth house are strong, and all that. So it bunches everything, and then it gives a weight for that day to go gamble. But this is a time, if you want to, you can use that. I don't you know, I mean, I never tried it, but we put it in there in case that, the calendar, you want to go gamble on a 17 and you want a verification, what's going on in my chart. So this profile will do it for you. All right. Here you can, find out again the planets that are strong, and this is a chart wheel that you can get at the bottom. Okay, let's see if I forget. Oh yeah, this thing here, I can put my Carol in here, so I can add another person here. Then I can calculate. It's called family. And then I can calculate. Both of us are lucky to go gamble. So if you and your wife and you and your friend want to go gamble, that's the way to do it. Okay. So as you can see, people are really bragging about this program because I think this program is really, really powerful. And at least if you believe in astrology and you believe that, okay, maybe if I go gamble when the stars are right, I will do better. And that you do. I mean, Carol and I, we don't go that often because, I don't know. I don't think that way. And but every time we go, and we do it by the calendar, I can say, okay, let's go and gamble. We make enough money to, buy a few rounds of beers and eat. All right, and I don't play blackjack or anything. I mean, we play the dropping the coin in the machine. That's it. All right. So as you can see, it's a great program.